H. Holmes's murder castle, the hotel built for death. The rain-slicked streets of Chicago, 1893, shimmered beneath the glow of gas lamps. The city pulsed with excitement. The World's Fair was about to begin, drawing millions from across the globe. Hotels overflowed with guests, and money flowed like water. On a quiet corner in Englewood stood a strange, sprawling building, 3 stories tall, with twisting architecture and windows that seemed to watch the street like unblinking eyes. Locals called it the castle. They had no idea how right they were. The man behind it was Dr. H. Holmes, born Herman Webster Moon. To his neighbors, Holmes was polite, brilliant, and endlessly charming. He was a doctor, a pharmacist, a successful businessman, and the kind of man people trusted. But beneath that polished smile was a mind built for manipulation and murder. Holmes arrived in Chicago in the late 1880s, hungry for fortune and control. He purchased an empty lot across from his drugstore and began construction on his masterpiece, a massive hotel to house visitors during the upcoming World's Fair. But Holmes didn't design his building to make money. He built it to kill. Inside, the hotel was a labyrinth of horror. Hallways turned into dead ends. Staircases led nowhere. Rooms had no windows, and many doors could only be locked from the outside. Some chambers were soundproof, their walls lined with iron plates. Others were fitted with gas jets, controlled from Holmes's office, allowing him to fill a room with deadly fumes whenever he pleased. And beneath it all, in the basement, lay the true heart of the castle. There, Holmes installed acid vats, dissection tables, and a custom furnace, large enough to destroy a human body completely. Victims could be sent down secret chutes, directly from the upper floors to the basement, where Holmes processed them like raw material. He sold their skeletons to medical schools for profit. Every murder was a business transaction. No one knows how many people vanished inside Holmes's walls. He was a master of deception, hiring and firing contractors constantly so no one understood the full layout of the building. He charmed women into working for him, offered rooms to travelers, and promised security to young women seeking work during the fair. They came from small towns, chasing dreams of adventure and prosperity. Instead, they met Dr. Holmes and never left. Some were lovers, some were employees, some were simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Letters Holmes stopped, names disappeared from city registries, and Holmes always had an answer. They moved on. They quit suddenly. They went back home. But the truth was buried deep in the foundations of his castle. It wasn't murder that brought Holmes down. It was greed. In 1894, after years of scams and insurance fraud, Holmes was arrested. When investigators searched his property, what they found defied logic. Rooms wired for gas, torture devices, hidden hallways, and the stench of something unholy beneath the floorboards. Newspapers called it the murder castle. He eventually confessed to 27 murders, though some believe the true number was closer to 200. Before his execution in 1896, he told reporters he was transforming into the devil himself, and many believed him. After Holmes's death, the murder castle became a spectacle. Crowds gathered outside, staring at the cursed walls that had hidden so much evil, until one night in 1895, a fire consumed it. Flames tore through the building, devouring every hallway, every secret chamber, every trace of Holmes's handiwork. But the legend didn't burn. Today, the site where the murder castle once stood remains quiet, an unremarkable lot in Englewood, Chicago. But locals say that if you stand there at night, you can still feel it. The cold weight of something watching, a whisper in the wind, a flicker of gaslight that shouldn't be there, because some places never forget the evil they were built upon. And H. Holmes's murder castle was more than a building. It was a machine built to kill. If you enjoyed this story of real-life horror, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because the darkest stories aren't always legends. Sometimes they're history.